Very good. That's all right. People will come on board. So, hey, hello everyone. Let me click into this. It says live. Hopefully, people will be joining us soon.
You're well.
I am.
That's what this is.
Oh, great. I wonder why I can't see it here. All I see is the Superintendent 10 and 10. Are you seeing my ugly mug?
I'm seeing you.
You are? Okay. All right. Well, look at that. Great. So everybody can see the clock. So I'm just going to jump right into this and say good afternoon, welcome. I hope this works. We were trying to find a time that before all the kids came home, because as a parent, I certainly know what that is like. Before all the kids come home, but maybe during a lunch break, parents can jump on social media outlet and kind of hear a little bit of what's going on. So here's what this is about before we go ahead and get started. The first thing to know is, hey, we try to communicate as much as we possibly can with parents, but we also recognize that you get lots of emails, and I know I've got one boy in college and three girls in school. It's a lot to keep up with. So the idea here is to just present a new and easy way of getting your information and getting it quick. So I'm putting myself on a timer to be able to say, hey, what are the 10 most important things that I need to know at this point in the school year as a parent? And this is for parents. And we're just we designed it to be, hey, 1 minute each, not necessarily 1 minute per, but 10 of the most important items in 10 minutes. So how are we doing here in terms of viewers? Do we have enough viewers to go here? We'll just give it a couple more seconds. And why don't we go ahead and start the clock, or at least get the clock up and running. And you can put on 10 minutes. And we're going to go. And there we go. 10 minutes. I'm going already. My goodness. Here we go. So number one, Chromebook returns. Parents, you should know that it's going to be soon time for us to return Chromebooks. The first question that's going to come is, well, wait a second, Mr. Rodriguez, I want to keep my Chromebooks. My kids are doing certain things. No problem. We totally understand. If you want to keep your Chromebook all summer, we're going to give you the ability to do so. So I'm going to be sending you an email. And what I'd like you to do is there's a place there for you to click, and you can very easily sign up. And if you say, hey, I will go ahead and take responsibility, because it is still school district property and we'll need it for students. But if you say, I'm going to take responsibility for this device, you may keep it all summer long. If you say, hey, I'm not so good with technology, you can fill out a paper form and hand it into the office. That's also no problem. Okay, minute two. The second thing I want to talk about is insurance for the Chromebook. And Stephen, why are you talking to me about insurance? Well, it's going to be really important moving into the next school year. Our students are going to be moving their Chromebooks a lot more than they did this year. So, back and forth to school, back and forth between classes, things can happen. It is something that students and parents are responsible for, but for a very small price of $25 per year, you can get your Chromebook insured. And I will tell you that I've got some personal experience with this. I didn't take advantage of the insurance option, and I paid for it. So one of my kids had a problem, and it had to come out of pocket. This year, if you sign up for either keeping your Chromebook or turning it back in on time, and you don't make us hunt you down, we're going to give you 20% off. So instead of $25, it'll cost $20. So those are two items. Item number three, summer school. Hopefully you've heard about this. This is going to be geared towards some of our students who are struggling and they need some help with scores. I think everybody knows that COVID has done some damage. Beyond the physical, it's also done damage with regard to how our students are progressing. We want to make sure that we're providing lots of opportunities. So item number 3, be on the lookout. This information is going to be coming soon. Of course, we're going to do a great job of keeping things safe, but it's going to be in person, not virtual. It's going to be in person in our schools. So look for that information. It's coming soon. Number 4, safety upgrades. One thing that parents need to know, it's going to be very different. And I'm telling you as many times as I can, we've got a new visitor information system. Everybody else in the county and in the surrounding area has had a visitor information system. We have not. But over the pandemic, we've been able to put this in, and it's grant funds that allowed us to do this. But what does it mean for you and I? It means that we need to have a photo ID, and you can kind of see it there. There's a photo ID that goes into the system. Everybody needs that if you're going to walk into our schools from now on. So please keep that in mind. It's not personal. It's a matter of safety to make sure that we don't have bad people coming into our buildings. We treat all of our students as though they were our own children. Okay, moving on. Number 5, and a big question. I know a lot of people have this question, so I kind of put it right in the middle. What's going to happen for next year? Is it still going to be the hybrid program? Are we going to go back to virtual? Are we going to, pre-COVID? So here's what I'm going to say with regard to next year. Number 1, I will be presenting a plan to our board of directors in a committee meeting next week, next Thursday. But here's the bottom line. I'm thinking that we will still have masks next year, but I'm also thinking that we're going to be open 5 days a week. I'm thinking that the social distancing requirements should be somewhere between 3 to 6 feet. And I know that there are going to be some people who want that virtual option, and we're going to provide it. But we're believing that there'll be a full schedule next year. So that means kind of like the way that it used to be, except you'll probably have to still do some social distancing, and we'll have procedures in place as well as masks. That's the prediction for right now, but stay tuned for more because I think we all know it could change. Number 6, and related to that, assurance testing programs. I think that I've told everybody about this before, and you can see an example here. And this is a stock photo. We don't get all dressed up like that, but it's a simple Q-tip in the nose that makes sure that our staff, because it was first offered to staff, and our students, now students are able to get into the assurance testing program. And it just means Q-tip in the nose once per week. And that's exactly what it does. It gives us assurance that COVID-19 isn't being spread. I highly recommend that you get your children involved. It's got nothing to do with the vaccine. It has everything to do with making sure that your children aren't bringing home or exposed to COVID-19. And if they are, you get to know about it. Number 7 is about student vaccinations, and this is more of an update. When it comes to vaccinations, we're sending out information right now via social media and other places. You can, if you are 16, 17, 18 or higher as a student and your parents are okay with it, you can get a vaccine. Of course, that is a personal choice. And I know that people are worried about, what are the effects of, vaccine on children. All I can tell you is that the information is out there, and we're going to allow parents to make their own choices. I fully expect that within the next few weeks to maybe month or so, we're going to be hearing about vaccines for students ages 12 through 16, but we'll see. In terms of vaccines, number 1, it's not my understanding that there will be any requirement, but number 2, they're highly encouraged by Department of Health and other health officials to keep you and your families safe. Okay, wow, this is harder than I thought. Number 8, the budget. Something that everybody should know, because again, it's that time where people are starting to think about things. You should know that the administration has recommended no tax increase We are doing our very best to make everything as efficient as possible while actually delivering the best education that we can. So as of next year, we are not recommending a tax increase, and we are not cutting programs. We're not cutting positions. So I'm really, really proud of that great work that we have done to make sure that people have money in their pocket to spend on their kids as much as possible. So I know that people have also heard about well, I understand you're getting a bunch of money from the federal government. Yes, that is true. There are specific stipulations on how we have to spend that money, and that plan is going to come out. We have 3 years, so we're not going to make any immediate decisions and just, spend a whole bunch of money to spend the money. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to be student focused. We're going to take our time, and we're going to lay that plan out in the future. So number 9, I've got a minute and a half left to cover 2 things, and we're going to do it. There's some great opportunities coming up for you, both in person and virtually. The first is happening tonight, and it's the high school musical called Godspell. Next weekend, you'll have an opportunity to see the first ever middle school musical, Beauty and the Beast. If you want to get tickets for Godspell, please go to www.pottstownschools.org, and up on the upper right, or excuse me, the upper banner is all the information that you will need. You can get your tickets there. For Beauty and the Beast, you can get those tickets at the middle school website, Pottstown Middle School website. So please come and join us if you can. Some other great things that are happening. May 3rd, get to know your school board candidate. Get out there and vote, but know who you are voting for. May 11th is Senior Awards Night. It's going to be a Zoom event. June 2nd is graduation. We're going to have it outside. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. We're going to use the whole field and both sides of the stadium. Stay tuned for that. If there is rain, we have a rain date. It'll be June 3rd. So either Wednesday, hopefully Wednesday, maybe Thursday, June 3rd. June 4th is the last day of school. Next year, August 23rd, first day of school. I'm pumped, and I've got 2 seconds to spare. Woohoo! We did it. That's it, everybody. Hey, thanks very much. I hope this was helpful and you got lots of information. And I'm not going to bore you with any more monologuing, but always, if you have questions, don't hesitate to direct message me and or reach out to your building administration, or specifically your teacher. Good communication makes for a strong community. So thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Have a great weekend.